Implementing PvP mode in gacha games is not easy, as it is often seen as a double-edged sword. On one hand, it is an endless replayable content, but on the other hand, most F2P, especially the competitive ones, hate it. It is due to the nature of the game, which encourages its players to spend premium currency for gacha instead of hitting the lab to gain power. Most problems in gacha games can be solved by spending money, so when a spender meets F2P in PvP arena, the chance for free players to get destroyed is high. Nobody likes losing, right? Even for me who loves fighting games and FIFA, if I lose many times, I get upset too. The feeling becomes worse when you know that you are not losing because of a lack of skill, but wallet issue. That's why game developers who want to implement PvP in their games try to remove the disparity in various ways. Some games balance their characters around PvP scene. Some others give each character 2 skill sets, one for PvP and one for PvE. There's also a solution that was common in MMORPG, which is to give preset stats and gears for everyone during PvP. All those are attempts to make the competitive PvP scene more fair for everyone. Before launching Genshin Impact, Hoyoverse stated in multiple interviews that PvP would not be the focus of the game. The logic is simple. The best way to deal with an issue is by avoiding it. If the game doesn't have PvP in the first place, not only does Hoyoverse not need to think about how to comfort the losers, but they will also be able to maximize their market penetration. Statistically speaking, those who don't want PvP in gacha games outnumber those who do. At first, everything goes well until everyone realizes that the team behind Genshin Impact can't cook PvE content either. The lack of endgame mode and the excessive amount of minigames made a lot of players unsatisfied. After that, you know what happened.
接下来就有一个未来版本中新常驻玩法的情报，在这里我也要为大家提前奉上。大家可能已经听过它的名字——极盛召唤。
Hoyoverse introduced a PvP mode as the answer to all the complaints they got. Genius Invocation. Genius Invocation is a card game based on an actual in-game lore. It's mind-blowing to think that TCG was chosen to be PvP mode in an action RPG. To me, it's unacceptable. I was extremely upset and uninstalled the game because of it. However, looking at their business standpoint, I think it's a pretty obvious move. It all comes back to the consequences of having PvP in gacha game I mentioned earlier. If it were a combat PvP, imagine the misery and anxiety experienced by players who possibly belong to the largest demographic population. If those upset players leave, it could ruin their main business, which is selling characters. With TCG, they can avoid those consequences. I don't know how popular it is right now, but I saw Genius Invocation tournaments on several occasions, so I will assume it is quite popular. Now let's get to the main topic. If PvP in Genshin Impact is proven to be acceptable by the players there, what are the odds that Honkai Star Rail will get its own PvP mode at some point in the future? Even though the developer is doing a better job at cooking PvE content compared to the Genshin team, a PvP mode in addition to our constantly improving PvE would be nice. If you are unaware, Pridwin has a PvP mode on their website created by themselves, and it's very popular. It is not an official PvP, but it just proves how welcoming our players are to PvP mode. At the end of the day, facing other players is more fun than facing NPC, as long as the scene is fair for both parties. And luckily, unlike Genius Invocation in Genshin Impact that looks so alien because the genre is completely different from the main game, Honkai Star Rail is turn-based at its core. If Hoyoverse wants to make TCG for Honkai Star Rail, it is still somewhat fitting, but I think there is a mode with so much untapped potential to be a good PvP in this game, better than a TCG. Etherium Wars is one of the events available in version 1.4. It is a Pokemon battle wannabe where players control enemies instead of characters. The combat has a different system compared to the ones we normally have. For example, there is no shield mechanic and elemental affinity is replaced by type affinity. In my opinion, with some polishing here and there, this could be the future PvP mode in Honkai Star Rail. We have a big roster of enemies and will only get bigger as time goes by. This will allow for diverse characters with various kits. And same as TCG and Genshin Impact, Etherium Wars won't affect their gacha sales whatsoever. I do think it has a solid foundation to be a PvP. It's just some things need to change in order to improve the battle experience. The way it is right now, the battle feels boring after some time since the simplified combat system results in shallow strategy creation. The only available approach is to bring the counter enemy type. There is no alternative. Some tactic is also straight up broken without a counter when being used in PvP, and I think they will also need to invent a new system to decide who moves first. It is not perfect yet, but the foundation is there. Compared to the speedrun PvP style by Pridwin, I prefer if players directly face each other. It feels more intimate, more personal, and when you win, it feels like you actually kick their ass. But I don't know. What do you think about the idea of turning Etherium Wars into PvP? Do let me know in the comment below.